Almost there. I didn't want to start too early and then now it's taking a little bit longer. There it goes. We are good to go.
Okay, great. Let's call the meeting to order at 6:30. And if everyone can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Tina, do you want to start us off?
Yes, thank you. Please salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to move on to roll call.
Commissioner Anderson. Commissioner Rios.
Here.
Commissioner Gomez.
Here.
Vice Chair Koistinen informed the city that she would not be available to attend today's meeting. Chair Graziano.
Here. Okay. We're going to move on to the verification of agenda posting.
The agenda was posted Friday. What is Friday? What was Friday? June 25th, 2022. 2021. Whoa. All right, start all over. At the Hollister Community Center and City Hall per government code section 54954.2.
Perfect. Thank you. Now we're going to move to approve the minutes from last month, the Tuesday, May 25th, 2021 minutes. Do I have a motion to approve? Let's do it
I
this.
motion to approve.
Oh, yay. Thank you. I second. So did we do what? Oh, okay. Let's do a roll call vote. Forgot. Thank you.
Roll call vote. Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Gomez,
Yes.
Chair Graziano,
Yes.
and minutes will show that Vice Chair Koistinen was absent and Commissioner Anderson.
Okay. So motion approved to approve the minutes. Can we do that with just us three? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. We can. I just thought of that. Okay. So is there any public comment? What? Robin.
Robin, would you like to make a comment? If you do, please unmute yourself. Robin, are you there?
Okay, am I here now?
Yes,
you
you
can hear you.
Okay, no, I just let's see. Good job, all of you, and I'm here for the community garden, and that's not why you're up to. So I will talk to you again soon, I hope.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. So we're going to move on to old business. And we're going to move on to an update of the naming or renaming of a public park facility rescinding policy.
I just wanted to inform the commission that at the June 21st, 2021 City Council meeting, City Council approved the policy for the naming or renaming of a public park or facility, which also includes a special feature in the park, whether it be a tree or a bench or playground equipment.
Thank you. Any questions? Comments from the public? Okay, we're gonna just move. Yeah. We're gonna move on to an update for Vista Park Hill Community Garden.
Just wanted to give an update at the community garden. The Growing Hearts and Robin's volunteers, I'll call them Robin's volunteers for right now, continue to do some work up at the community garden. At our city council meeting for June 21st, there was some discussion about the building that had burnt. I think the city will move forward and get the burnt building cleaned. And I mentioned that the community garden would like to expand and build some, what are they called?
Beds.
The garden beds. And the council wanted us to inform the public and any of the volunteers that this would only be temporary, that it's not going to be a permanent structure up there, because there are going to be other types of things they're going to consider to be built there in that area.
Huh, okay. How about, do we have public comment? Robin,
Go ahead, Ms. Pollard.
it's you.
You may want to unmute yourself.
There you
go.
are.
There I am. I'm trying multiple buttons. Well, let's see, the garden, I mean, that'd be great if they pulled that building down and we were allowed to put boxes in there, perhaps with your assistance, because it could be a while before, it could be many seasons before something actually happens up there, and otherwise you'll just have an empty slab. It could be used. I have actual waiting list of people that would like to have plots that we don't have room for. So maybe we would realize it would be temporary until, there's a bigger plan for that piece of property. And also I invite you to come up, and there's plums and apricots up there right now that are dropping on the ground. So come help yourself. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to the dog park update.
I just wanted to inform the commission that we had a very successful dog park opening on June 12th. And the park still continues to have a lot of activity out there, working with different, we'll start working with different nonprofits to see how we can add maybe other features in the park. The city did hire a landscape company who is maintaining the grass area and weed abatement. In the front entrance of the park, we will remove all the shrubs that are there, clean up that area, and create a low maintenance landscape area that has lots of bright colors, is what I requested. And I think that maybe some rocks will be added and other types of features. As you go down over to the dog park, we have some signs that say Bark Park that's right in front of the small park, and that was covered with weeds a little bit. So our landscaper went out there and cleaned up that area. He still feels like it's a lot of work that needs to be done, but so far it's within this past month, it has, or these past few weeks, there's been a lot of progress.
Certainly everybody's enjoying it. Every single time I drive by, there's a lot of dogs and people. Okay, I'll open it up for public comment. All right, we're going to move on to Clower Park staff to provide an update on the ADA improvements.
Interim Community Services Director Henry Gonzalez was not available to attend this meeting, so I just got some notes. The update for the Clower Park, he was requesting bids right now, and he's going to have to take these bids to council because the money that was allocated to do some improvements at Clower Park exceeds the money that was allocated. At the time when when the allocation information was submitted, the director at the time felt that staff could do a lot of the labor, but that decision has kind of fell through, and it was decided that a company would come in and install the equipment at the Clower Park. So now we have to go back out to a bid and request funding from council, additional funding, I should say.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment? Commissioner comments? Any comments? No?
No comments.
All right. We're going to move on to Dunn Park and staff to provide an update on the pickleball courts.
Pickleball courts, there was some lines that were drawn out at the west side of the courts. I think the idea is to put in 3 courts. I think some of the public was a little disappointed from the report that I received because they wanted a new floor to be placed out on the court, new asphalt with pickleball lines. And the money that was allocated for those courts was only $6,000. So that wasn't enough to redo the lines, add the asphalt and then redo the lines. Back in 2016, the city refurbished the Dunn Park courts, and to lay down asphalt and add new tennis court lines, that cost was around $15,000. So we're a little short with the $6,000. All they were able to do was draw the lines, and then they'll place some nets out at the courts. And that was a report I received.
Thank you. I have a funny question. We may or may not know when we move forward with these projects, who allocates the money? Is it city council?
If we don't have it if staff doesn't place the money in the budget, then we do go to city council and ask for an appropriation of funding, and we have to let them know what we're using the money for and why we need that extra.
Okay. So
finance.
Anybody from the public could present themselves and what they would like to see as well.
Yes, absolutely. At a city council meeting, or they can come to a Parks and Recreation Commissioners meeting and kind of provide their input or their opinions on things. And then staff takes those recommendations or, the requests to city council.
Okay. Thank you. Do we have public comment or commissioner comment? Any comment? That's a no. All right, we will move on to the Vista Park Hill, staff to provide an update on the restrooms.
Along with the restrooms, I'm going to also provide an update on the softball field that is out at Vista Park Hill. My first report will be on the restrooms. Interim Community Services Director Gonzalez reported that there still needs to be concrete that has to be poured around the building to make it ADA compliant. And he feels that this project will be done within the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then a report up at the barbecue area and the softball field. The barbecue area is a rental that the community go through the recreation department. Currently, it is filled with lots of shrub, weeds, just a lot of overgrowth. So the landscaper that we have working at the dog park, they're also going to provide a cleanup over there. So they're going to remove all the shrub, cut the trees down, almost look like a brand new clean slate. And then from there, we'll decide how we want to kind of beautify that area so that the public can continue to rent it. Inside is a commercial type of kitchen. Vista Park Hill barbecue area is one of the only areas at a park where alcohol is allowed. So
Wow.
a lot of there's a lot of people who are interested or who have been interested in using it, but because of the condition the area is in, it doesn't look clean. We see a lot of blankets and clothes kind of hidden in the bushes. So that will all be cleaned up. I think they're going to start on that project tomorrow. So I'm excited to see some cleanup up at the barbecue area. And then a report on the softball field. Went out there. We have some of our youth sport organizations that go up there to use that field. And we went up there recreation staff went up there to make sure that it was in good condition. It was clean, no weeds, garbage. But what we did notice was a very dry grass area that's in really bad shape. So we reached out to our landscaper to get a quote. And it's a high quote. It's pretty expensive. So I have to take it to council, but it includes a brand new irrigation line, hydro seed, conditioning, weed abatement. And I know Robin will appreciate this. We used to have a trail in the outfield along the fence line, and they will rebuild that trail that goes from kind of left field of the Vista Park Hill towards the right field and up the trail. So I feel like it's some work in progress, but it will get done and it'll look good.
Going in the right direction.
Yes. Mhm.
I like it. Okay, do we have public comment?
We have Robin Pollard. Go ahead, Robin. Should be the same button you unmuted. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Sometimes it comes up in the center. Sometimes I have to go to the top. I can't figure it out.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah, it's really exciting to have the barbecue area cleaned up, and I'm curious when it does clean up, the alcohol that's allowed on Park Hill is intended to be in what was once a fenced in barbecue picnic table area only. Like you couldn't wander around. You were supposed to stay in that area with your alcohol. And most of the fence, well, maybe not most, a large portion of the fence has gone. And so I'm wondering if that's going to be part of the renewal of that whole area, or you're just going to keep it like kind of open. And I mean, that's a lot of money, I'm sure.
It will be replaced.
Okay. And yeah, the barbecue area has got so much potential, but it's so windy back there that when they put a fire in that building to barbecue, it smokes out the room. So it'll be interesting to see how that if people actually start cooking in there, and it'll be nice to have it exciting, finished or cleaned up after all these years. Also, the trail's a great idea. We can't have enough walking trails out there on that hill. So thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Do we have any commissioner comments?
No comments.
Okay, we're going to move on to the Art and Culture Commission update.
I just wanted to provide our Parks and Recreation Commissioners an update on our Art and Culture Commission. The committee had their first meeting on June 8th, 2021. And there's a lot of great ideas. Everyone was engaged, a lot of communication on the ideas that they want. And I mentioned that we also have a Parks and Recreation Commission where we want art in the park. So I'm not there yet, but I'm considering an ad hoc committee between both Parks and Recreation Commissioners and an Art and Culture Commissioners. And I have some notes, and some of our commissioners have shown interest. But I think that we have to work on our bylaws for Art and Culture Commission, and then we will create an ad hoc committee. But they are very excited about some new opportunities and art everywhere in Hollister.
Perfect. Thank you. Is there any public comment? Nope. Okay, we're going to move on to Adopt a Park, Trail, or Landscape Program, an update.
At the June 21st, 2021 meeting, City Council approved Adopt a Park, Trail, and Landscape Program. So the idea behind it is I just want to kind of create a flyer or create a cover it's a little more attractive. So staff is working on that right now, and we're trying to get it out by next week, the 6th. The 5th is a holiday. So we'll start advertising and really pushing it out there, and we'll send the updated policies to all of our commissioners.
Thank you. Any public comment? Robin? You're our public. Okay, no? Any commissioners comment?
No comment.
Okay. So we're going to move on to the ad hoc committee for the Hollister Dog Park update. And I'm going to talk briefly about that. On June 23rd, Tina Garza and Dawn Quastenson, I'm always slaughter her last name, and I met, and we discussed how we'd like to move forward with the Hollister Dog Park ad hoc committee. So what we came up with is that we'd like the public to participate and do a special meeting in August. And we don't have a meeting in July, is why we're not moving forward doing a meeting in July. But we'll do that, and we'll reach out and make sure that the public does know that we're having a meeting and that they can attend. We did also speak about, some of the goals, and there's going to be some fundraising and some other opportunities for us as Parks and Rec folks to participate in. But I think we'll know more in August once we have some public input. Tina, do you want to say anything about that?
There were a couple of organizations that I reached out to. H-Dog was formed, 5 to 8 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they're excited to come back and work with staff and the commission again. I'm told that there's funding and they have some really great ideas where they can help us with building some shade structures and any type of adding benches out at the park.
Nice.
And then we have the SNP bus, of course, who's excited not just for neutering and animals, but just the idea of a park and other opportunities that she foresees in the future for dog lovers.
Perfect. Thank you. Do we have any public comment or commissioner comment? No?
No comment.
All right, we'll move on to new business. And we've got Prop 68.
So the city was Prop 68. We're applying for another grant. It's a per capita grant through Prop 68, and it's a non-competitive grant. So the money is there. We just have to spend it, basically. It's around $180,000 that is allocated to the city of Hollister. I think the city of San Juan Bautista also received $180,000, and the county of San Benito, I want to say, received $400,000. So what we have to consider is to renovate or build in an area that's a disadvantaged area to our community. And there's a little tool that Prop 68 has us use. And the first thought was to use a barbecue area up at Park Hill and create some sort of art in the park up there, succulent making classes or gardening classes. But when I dropped in the little fact finder, we didn't qualify up there. And I think it's because of the new homes that are on the other side of the hill. But when I placed the little icon over at Dunn Park, we did qualify.
Oh, good.
So if we do not qualify, if it's not a disadvantaged area, then the city is required to put in 20% of the grant, which is close to $40,000. And if it is a disadvantaged area, then we don't have to put any extra income unless we choose to, because our project exceeds 180,000. So over at our clubhouse, there's a section, not very many people know about it, but on the side of the clubhouse is the area we rent to the community, no cost, all it requires insurance and a deposit. But then on the other side is, at one time, the idea was for it to be a teen or youth center. The city started raising some funding. I think we received around $20,000, but it was just not enough to kind of renovate and make it an attractive area for our youth. So now we're looking at this funding, and the idea is to open up that side room, the walls, and create an open space, a small kitchen. When we did our Prop 68, when we reached out to the community, one of the things that they wanted was a safe place for our youth, to include cooking classes of some sort, for the young ones. Program, what is it called? Gosh, I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's more computer programming classes. What else? Arts and activities, just a safe place for them to hang out and maybe read. So that's the idea behind this Prop 68 per capita grant, what we like to do at the side room. We're in the process of it being tested for asbestos and lead. Our CIP manager is working on that. So we'll get those test results, and then we'll start the process. This grant is due December 31st of this year. And I'm not required to have any type of public input, but I want some public input, and I would like our commissioners to be a part of that process. I don't know if we could actually meet as a group in July just to go over this for discussion. Probably not, huh? Well, it wouldn't be a meeting. It's just the discussion. Or I would invite, okay. So I'm hearing no. So in August, we can start the process and get some ideas of what we'd like to see out and different things that we can do out at the clubhouse. Um,
Oh,
okay.
so am I hearing we could improve the pickleball court at the same time?
If there's funding for that, the clubhouse does need a new roof,
Oh,
and that
okay.
qualifies
Okay.
for the
And
renovation.
that might,
It-
who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
We're looking at several things, but the main focus is that room and kind of creating
Mhm.
a space for our youth.
Yeah.
Is what was needed and asked for during our Prop 68 meetings.
I think that would be nice, and it would encourage people to start going there again because it's been a place where people have not gathered in a while. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any comments besides?
I just have a comment. I think Paul was going down the right path to create an ad hoc. So if there's anyone that might be interested, or Chair Graziano, if you like to assign someone or two commissioners to the committee.
Oh, I feel bad. Okay. Is there any volunteers? That's a no. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll figure it out. Okay. So any commissioner comments on anything we've discussed?
Is this open
Yes.
to anything? Okay. I remember back in March, at one of our meetings, we talked about, or I know some information was sent out regarding some concepts for one of the fire station locations and for the Leatherback industry location. Was that through a prop, or I can't remember if we had an update on any of those, or were we going to choose which one to move forward with, or was one already chosen?
Best to my knowledge, no. And I believe it even, am I wrong? It even got switched up a bit. Yeah. So the funding that they originally thought that they were moving forward to wasn't there. So it got switched up a bit. And I think it's still in limbo.
I can comment on that. So we applied for, it was through Prop 68, and these were different grants. These were highly competitive grants. So we were asking for 8.5 million at the Leatherback property, and I think it was almost 3 million at the Fire Station 2 park. And both of those grants, we have not received a response back, but we were told the end of July, beginning of August, that we should receive a response if we're awarded or if we were denied.
Okay. I like it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And we do have, Robin would like to comment.
Robin, go ahead.
Go ahead, Robin.
Hi, I found the right button. So on Dunn Park, so you're talking about cooking classes. Is that the kitchen that's right off of the clubhouse, or is there an additional kitchen on that back side? I walked through it once a long time ago, but I don't remember exactly. Are there two kitchens in that building?
There are two kitchens. One area of the clubhouse where we rent it has a small type of kitchen and a large community type center with restrooms. And then on the other side, back maybe in the 70s, I think I read that, was a caretaker that used to live there. So it has a living room, a fireplace, a kitchen, and 2 bedrooms and a bathroom.
Wow.
But we would open up one of those walls to make it a more of an open community center, more concept is open space. My goodness, open space similar to the Dunn Park rental on the clubhouse side.
So the amount of money that you're getting from the Prop 68, is it enough to do the roof and to remodel a kitchen or perhaps both kitchens? Because that other kitchen's kind of funky too. The bathroom's nice in there. But I mean, that I think it's great use of the money. And yes, our youth need a place to go to. Although there's going to have to be some sort of staff there, if I'm reading that right. You can't just open it up. Anyhow, good luck. And I hope you can do the roof and both kitchens and make it really a nice space. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I think everybody spoke. We're going to move on to reports, and we're going to do the recreation program review.
Last Saturday, we had our opening for our Junior Giants program. We have 34 teams out there, and they all played on Saturday. This year, we didn't have a grand opening ceremony like we typically do. We just had a Pledge of Allegiance, national anthem, and then the children were able to play their games. Our adult softball program continues, and next week, the 10th, the city will offer a adult 3-on-3 basketball tournament at McCarthy Park. July is Parks and Recreation Month, so we'll be celebrating a lot of different activities that include art and science in the parks, in different parks. So we'll start advertising for those types of events. And then July 24th is our annual run that the recreation offers. And this year it's a River Park Trail Run. It's a 5K, kind of run down Summer Drive, turn around, and then you lead back to the trail. You run up towards Tony Aguirre Park, you turn back around and run back to the trail towards Apricot Park. So it's a pretty cool, nice run along the trail. We have timed events. We have a fun run. We have timed events for youth 17 and under, and then for a timed event for adult men and adult women.
Nice.
So those are all our activities in July.
Thank you. Do we have any comments? Okay, we're going to move on to the Parks Division review.
I gave that review earlier. Henry was not able to come to this meeting today, so I think that just with the information on the parks that I gave earlier under old business is fine.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention that at last night's city council meeting, our budget was approved, and in that budget, recreation was requested in renovation at the community center.
Oh,
Christine knows. So we will begin with the kitchen area and a grease trap, which is probably going to be half of our funding. We were approved to have security cameras and lighting at the community center, it's really needed out in that area. We had some car break-ins, tires slashed, and then a window was shattered. So it'll be nice to have those types of security cameras in the area. And of course, our budget was improved a little bit for recreation. So we'll be able to do a lot more events, probably like our special events. Since we just added our Art and Culture Commission, we'll be bringing in cultural type of events. Our first one, I think, will be the Mexican Independence Day event. And then we'll move forward to a Christmas in the Park at Dunn Park and many other types of events that
fun.
recreation will have.
Fun. Okay. I like it. Do we have any comments, public comment or commissioner comment? Well, all right. We're going to, oh. Christina's not going to end the meeting. Christine's going to say, do I have a motion to approve? No, we're going to set the meeting date, then I'm going to adjourn. Sorry, people. Okay, so setting of next regular meeting is August 31st, 2021. And now we're going to adjourn the meeting at 7:10. Do I have a, I'll motion to, I'm just going to go with this. I'll motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:10. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, and we're going to take a roll call vote, am I? Okay.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Gomez,
Yes.
and the record will be shown that Commissioner Anderson and Vice Chair Koistinen was not here at the meeting. Chair Graziano,
Yes.
thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you. We're meeting adjourned. Ooh, let me do this. Watch.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.
When